8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, hi Zen. I still don't understand why you're not liking anything just because I said something about my dad that happened so many years ago and it's not even what you think and you're slut shaming essentially. Like, I don't know, honestly, I don't understand what is your problem, honestly. Just because you were living a fantasy with me and I wasn't, I was living my own life. And does that erase what happened between you and me?
I suffered so long that I built a home. They tap at the windows and think they were bold.
Anyways, I'm not gonna waste any more breath into this. Obviously, you'd prefer if I didn't post anything, so who cares? Certainly not me. If you don't care, why should I care? And if you're like Helga, you never showed actively that you care all these years. Just because I didn't show it in my face or I didn't say it, that doesn't mean that I didn't care. Learn how to decipher reality from illusions. We are always in this illusion that you know everything just because you read something and you think you understand something on the surface. People hide stuff, especially mystics. They hide their emotions, they hide their reality, and you know very well because you are hiding your reality too. Okay, enough said. I will put her to wear the cut shirt. Yeah. Spin.
Oh, how is it already morning?
If we speak about what I learned about the story, I was browsing yesterday on Reddit and Steam. Steam is a community slash application for computers that you put your keys, which are serial numbers with letters and symbols, on the platform and you access games. So if you wanna buy, the first game that I bought like that from Steam is Hobbit, Lego Hobbit. You buy the case, a physical copy, and inside you have a code, a key. I was thinking maybe buying a game for my PC from Steam and play it with my camera for you. Maybe I will see. I'm just thinking. I have some ideas what to play next after the Life is Strange saga. That there are games that are like that out there, and I was thinking of some games on my computer. So you actually register the key you have. This is how it's called, a key into the community, onto the app, with your personalized profile in the app, email and password as usual. You can also add photograph and stuff like that, details about you. You can chat with other players, and you then play the game online. You can also play offline, if I remember correct, but that was 10 years ago when I had my account for the first time. okay? So I was on the Steam and on Reddit. Reddit, as I said, is a platform that you share ideas with other people. It's like kind of like Facebook, but you don't really have to have an account to be on Reddit. I actually read it on Google. I don't register with an account there. I had an account, but I'm not using it anymore. The only social media I use is YouTube. Okay, so I played. I went into the community of Reddit and Steam, and I wanted to read other people's opinions on Safi, and I found some threads about how Safi is seen as a psycho by other players, and I saw that there aren't a lot yet because the game is very new. It came out only 6 months ago, but um, like I suppose I found a lot of people that had the same ideas and the same thoughts about Safi with me, and when you enter on the Steam app, you have the opportunity to hide with blank highlighting, if that makes sense, something like that. The sentences and the words that are spoilers for the game if you haven't played the game yet, if you don't know yet what's going on. And I was reading like that, people saying ideas about Safi that had finished the game and they were saying spoilers, but because you can, the players themselves that they are writing the comments, not me, they can hide the spoilers from the comments. I was able to read everybody's opinion without reading any spoilers. So they said, like, for example, I think Safi is a psycho because in episode 4, blank. And then that's why I think she's 100% psycho. I'm giving you an example. I'm not saying I read this somewhere, and I didn't read this somewhere. But one of the players forgot in their sentence, in the paragraph, to write specifically, hide a detail about the game. So they hid everything they had to hid, but they forgot to press the button for this particular sentence that they wrote. They said something about one of the theories that I said in my yesterday's video. They said maybe that I think so. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I got personally. That my idea was correct about the game. That indeed this is what is going on. That's what I got. But as I said, they forgot to hide this sentence, and somebody called them out under that. Why are you spoiling shit? So yeah, apart from that, again, if you ask me, did you read the spoiler? I guess it was a spoiler, but I didn't get as they wrote it, if it was really a spoiler or not. Not really sure if it was or not, or if it was like a theory. It could be a theory, but I saw written exactly what I said about the game. I think so. Like, I don't know how to say that, because I don't want. I'm just trying to find the words. I don't want to say something that will give away what I read. For example, let's say, Zay is a parrot, for example. Okay, so this is something that Helga speculates, but I saw it written like that. So the way that he wrote the entire paragraph, apart from that, because he had hid everything else, he just forgot that he's a human person. He forgot to press the button in there, okay, to hide this sentence, to highlight it as like he did for other players. The way the paragraph was written, it didn't help me understand if this is his idea or his theory, or if this is something that really happens in the game. So I read something, but I'm not really sure. So what is my verdict? I saw somebody saying something that I have already said about later episode maybe this, maybe the next one. One of my theories, I saw it written, I'm not quite sure if it is confirmed or if it is an idea. That's all I will say. So it's not really a spoiler, I suppose, but I will have it in my mind. Maybe I was correct about something that I said. But apart from that, no, I have absolutely no idea what is going on, what choices I have to make, and everything I am doing is pretty much like everything I am doing is pretty much on blind. I'm going in blind. I'm going in blind in everything I'm doing, okay? Anyway, so let's play.
This makes about as much sense as it did last night. Let's take a look at the evidence for the cajillionth time. I've gotta be missing something. No matter what that photo of me suggests, there's no way I shot Sophie.
Make it make sense. New crosstalk from all I do is Vin. Okay. Okay, why don't we have other texts from Amanda? Okay, examine the photo.
Is that me? Did I go back in time and do that? It doesn't make any sense, and I would never hurt Sophie.
Look, when somebody, I don't know how the game will unfold, but when somebody is making you question your reality, that spiritual manipulation indefinitely comes from a false prophet. So I don't quite know exactly what type of false prophet. So I am a human, I'm not God, I don't know everything around me, I can't understand everything that is going on around me. But I can say for sure that when somebody makes you question yourself, it's because they wanna redirect the attention. Maybe you are getting closer to something. Maybe. I'm not saying that Max does that at the moment because I don't know. But when you approach something, some truth, some light, something important, and there is a mystic at the other side of the tunnel, and they see you approaching, they see you coming out of the darkness, you emerging out of the darkness, they want to redirect the attention from themselves because they will be exposed one way or the other onto you, so you understand that you are the problem, that you have to question your reality, so that you will take their attention from them and take it towards yourself so they have time to hide better. If you remember in the show that my dad told you to see with Hara, Joy, that had a relationship with a teacher, do you remember that? Hara agnoit, Joy is missing, okay? Hara agnoit, Joy is missing. Hara was dead. Her uncle buried her on the mountain and pretended that he was searching for her. I know it's very dark. He didn't kill her though. Her cousin, his daughter, her cousin killed her by accident. It was an accident. He learned about that and he tried to cover up for his daughter. And Hara was buried in the ground for kind of 3 days maximum. The police started searching close to the mountain, even though they didn't know that she was dead. They thought that she was missing still, and maybe she was drunk and she was left somewhere, or she had like let's say like a teen rebellion type of phase, and she was with a boyfriend in a house. Maybe she left for Athens. She was in a village in Greece. Maybe she took the bus and she went to the capital because she wasn't from the capital. She wanted to study in a university in the capital theater. That's how the story went. So they were trying to find clues, and they were close to the mountain, so they didn't know that they would find her buried there. But if they climbed the mountains, then they would find their fresh ground, and they would understand that the girl was actually dead, she was buried. The uncle knew that they are searching close to the mountain for clues, and he put another woman he knew to call Hara's father, and she pretended on the phone to be Hara. She said, "Call me dad, I am desperate," and her dad thought that she was abducted. She said, "It's me, Hara, pick up the phone, I love you, all of you," and she was crying. Her dad thought immediately that his daughter is abducted, and he took the voicemail to the police, and the police was very suspicious from the beginning. They didn't continue searching in the mountain. They started searching around the phone booth that the call was made. It was close to a brothel. Alarming, isn't it? The spiritual language is very strong into this one. Brothel, spiritual brothel. Okay, do you get it? It's like a prostitute was the woman that the uncle put to play Hara. Can you see the prostitute? Jezebel. It's a Jezebel archetype there. The woman that called and said, "I am Hara," and she was not. She was a prostitute, and the place near the booth was a brothel. Why? Because it's spiritual prostitution. The woman that called saying she's Hara is a prostitute. She's a spiritual prostitute. She's a Jezebel. And who she is the Babylon whore. She is false prophet. She's Persis. This is who she is. This is spiritual language. And if you see it on the surface, you think it's this and that. No. It doesn't work like that. The police was suspicious from the beginning, and I will explain why they were suspicious. Because Hara, kind of Hara, the prostitute in the phone said, "Hi dad, it's me, Hara, pick up the phone, I love you all, I love you so much." That's what she said, and she was crying. She didn't say, "I am abducted." She implied it. Can you see what I'm talking about? She implied that she is abducted. She didn't say it. What you don't say matters more than what you say. And she didn't say that she's abducted, so that's why the police was suspicious that maybe this is not this is not Hara, she's somebody else. The father thought that it was Hara because he was very much anxious about his daughter. She was 17, she was underage. So what you get from this is that somebody used Persis to redirect attention from something that was close to the truth in order to fulfill their own destiny, their own ideas, their own perspective in the story. Okay, so when the police started searching, maybe Hara is abducted, they had to see it, they had to search for it. And when they send the voice in the laboratories they have, like, do I call it correctly, like the system, the computers, the computer said that this is not Hara, this is another woman. They recognized the patterns in the voice with Hara's voicemails, original voicemails before she was disappeared, and they figured out that they are two different women. And the uncle had all the time in his life until they found out all this to go up in the mountain and bury the dead girl and throw her like Creon in the sea. Can you see the parallel with Creon? I was inspired by this show for Creon, but you can see the parallel, which is very direct. She was adrift in the sea. It's like God punished you for that because you were the prostitute. So you have the yin playing the yang, yang playing yin. So it's like vice versa. Instead of Jezebel, the prostitute who called to be Hara, be seen as the prostitute, for a moment in time she's seen as the pure one, the underage girl, the pure innocent girl, and Hara, who is dead, and she's adrift. Adrift means being like punished by my dad because this is his element, it's his symbol. You are punished by God, that's why you are dead. She is the prostitute, she is the Jezebel for 1 minute. She's because the prostitute took the role of Hara and she played Hara for a moment. The original Hara had to play the prostitute for a moment. This is how the balance works. It's very demonic, it's very, very evil, and when justice was given in the end, you can see how justice is served in my father's universe that he created. Maybe the story, my dad has said many times that Hara should be alive in the end, and that's how he intended the story to be, but they destroyed that, and I get that, but I will show you the good aspect of the story. When there was revealed that there was a prostitute that called for the uncle, and the daughter of the uncle, the cousin, is who killed Hara. The cousin is hit by a car and she dies, and the prostitute is killed by the uncle, and the uncle subsequently goes to jail forever and ever. So everybody ends up either spiritually or physically dead. There is something that Persis says that goes, where if you are dead before you are dead, then you won't be dead once you are dead. This means this is from Persis. I don't quite agree how he's making this use of the word dead and how he's repeating it. It's like philosophy, but still I like the message. He says if you are dead before you are dead, if you die for Jesus before you die your physical death, then you won't die after you die. So after death comes resurrection. If you die for Jesus and you get resurrected with him before you die, when you will be resurrected in the last day, you will not face the second death. I like more that he emphasizes not eternal torment that Christians usually say, and this is very bad, it's not correct, there is no eternal torment in Christianity. But I like that he emphasizes in spiritual and death, that the second death is death, it's not punishment forever, it's death. You are dead, you're not coming back to life again, you are dead for God, and that's it, end of the story. You go adrift in the sea forever. That's what I wanted to say about all this, and not adrift, the bottom of the sea. They were thrown in the lake of the fire forever and ever and ever. That's how it says. So it's being dead forever. And how I'm going to connect this with the story, for a moment in time they thought that Hara was the prostitute, and that's what I see here. I see the archetype of the prostitute, the archetype of Persis, the false prophet. You see a false prophet saying Max killed Safi, and Max says I would never do that, even if I had to turn back time or go to a parallel universe, I would never turn back time. And it makes complete sense for me, and to me it makes complete sense that this is from a false prophet. Somehow maybe Photoshop, maybe something else. I would go for Photoshop at this point. And stolen identity, it's not Max, because he says so. There is a false prophet, and one way or the other I think the false prophet is Safi. So let's now play and see how this will unfold.
On purpose.
Not on purpose.
That isn't me. It can't be. Maybe if I go object by object, an answer will jump out at me?
Okay.
Moses, when this is all over, I'll play as many games of Mana Massive as you want. I swear. I read the beginning. It's annoyingly good. Unfortunately, Lucas didn't include an evidence that I killed Safi chapter.
She liked his writing.
Restraining Order Lucas said Safi once threatened to turn his son against him. That certainly implies some bad blood in their past. But that Lucas was scared of Safi, not out for revenge. None of this is conclusive enough.
If he is scared of her, that means that he has seen his horrible and very manipulative. Because I know that you are scared of Fitzgerald and all these people. When a person is a mystic, they will make you afraid of them because they have a connection with the spirits that you don't. That's why I told you all the time that you need me with them, because I am more experienced and more capable of them. That makes sense, okay? So what I have to say in here is that when we say that Lucas was afraid for himself and he had like a valid reason made kind of to be afraid, okay, it kind of makes sense to say that the person he has on the other side is a mystic. It's a false prophet. So Safi is definitely a false prophet. That's why he's scared of her and he's not guilty.
I have to prove that wasn't me.
Safi's car.
Whoever did this had to go to so much trouble.
I am convinced this is Vin because he said about the windshield.
Vin definitely knows more about the cow skull than he's letting on.
He
Plus,
did it.
there was that photo of him and Safi canoodling. But what does that even mean?
Perhaps Vin and Safi had an affair and Safi cheated on him with somebody else, maybe even with Lucas. Maybe. She doesn't seem to be lesbian, I think. She hasn't given me clues that she is lesbian. She has pushed me in lesbian relationship, but she's not a lesbian, as I see it. Maybe she used, maybe because Vin is the how's that called, administrator or administrative something. He works for Dr. Mom, Dr. Fayyad. Because he's working for her mother, maybe because Safi wanted to become a poet, she used Vin to go higher or maybe take information from him about her mother and what her mother is doing with her book, and maybe she found out using sex and Vin fell for it. Women can do that many times if they want to. I'm not such a person, but I know that they do it. I know they do it. It's manipulation, and maybe he found out, he snapped, and he threw that as a result because he realized that Safi used his sex for her purposes. Maybe. Let's see Gwen's letter.
Why on earth did Gwen cancel Safi's book deal? Didn't she help her to get it in the first place?
Yeah, so we have the email from Maria. So this doesn't make sense. So this means, let's lower the... This definitely means that no, start software. That means that definitely Gwen didn't work on herself. She had somebody else. Okay, so we'll let you see the letter again if you want to. Okay, you can pause. So again we turn back to Safi. Something went he's X in Greek. Something went X with Safi, definitely. I feel coffee.
Coffee. Coffee is friend. Get coffee now. No matter how much I stare at you, you refuse to make sense. Mom.
Maybe a policeman, Alderman. Alderman, how's he called? Aldebaran is the star.
Hello, Miss Caulfield.
Helga, how did you know? I didn't. I speculated. I thought he would definitely not be Moses because he was scared. If somebody else is, maybe Alderman who is informed by Moses. Let's see if I am correct in my assumptions, because he would like to deflect what happened and pretend that it's not like that. No, it's not me. You should search for marks because I saw that she shoot and I am afraid. And people work like that if they are feeling threatened. And I thought maybe we will see Alderman here.
Oh, fuck.
Can I come in?
Okay.
The photo. If he sees that.
I have some questions for you.
I think he knows. Get out. What do you want to know? Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. If you call him out, he will understand.
Of course. I can answer your questions right here.
I knew you'd be a valuable resource. There are just a few details I'm struggling to make sense of.
Oh. Be calm. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Go ahead.
Stay calm. No rush. No panic.
Arcadia Bay.
If you are not a person who has done something bad, then you don't have to feel like if you know your truth, that should reflect on the outside. And we know we haven't done anything. Just because we have some clues and there is a false prophet out there that is making us question our reality, that doesn't mean we have to shake ourselves. Hope they give me the opportunity to explore what I'm saying, because if they don't give it to me, I can't really work with that.
Where you went to high school,
Yeah?
right?
Okay.
Yes?
A beautiful town with a surprisingly violent story to tell.
Yeah.
Not unlike...
Arcadia Bay and Safi are not connected.
I wouldn't say that, but she didn't give me the choice to not say it. My console wants to update itself.
A whole town wiped out by a freak storm.
Okay, that doesn't have to do with me though.
What do you think, Miss Caulfield? Are you the one who's unlucky? Or is it just everyone who ever meets you?
The fact that he is comparing, like, if you are like, Helga, this is what happened. Yes, this is what happened, but what he says is crazy anyway. So if you call him out, he can't prove that he's not crazy. Okay, that's messed up. Guess I'm just unlucky. You don't reply to a detective or a mystic. That's messed up, because you are calling out their bullshit. You don't do that like that. What I did with Loretta when I called her bluff was because she was forcing me to accept her, and I will never be forced to do anything. But about the detective, he's experienced mystic, whatever he is, and if you call his bullshit out, that's messed up, for example. No. It doesn't help. It doesn't really help at all. You play. Yes, I'm just unlucky. What did Henry replies, eh? Yes, I'm not interested to the ghost. If I see her, I will see what happens. So everybody knows that he has seen her, but he doesn't admit it, and the way he's answering raises questions why he's answering like that, so they can't really attack him. You get what I mean? Because if they attack him, even if they kill him, how will they explain that? Why did you kill him? Why did you attack him? They expose themselves if they do that. So that's a very mystical tactic from my end to protect myself. Hope the game, again as I said, helps me navigate this. Yes, I'm just unlucky.
Just my shit luck, I guess.
Can you see?
Oh, hard life, isn't it?
Continue playing
Detective,
stupid.
I'm not answering any more of his questions.
What the fuck happened to the telescope, Maxine?
What do you mean? What do you mean, Max and I put together? No, we don't speak about the telescope. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Someone was in the office
Yeah,
with me.
okay,
I could hear them.
okay,
I saw Moses in the hallway, but I didn't see you.
okay.
All right, enough. We're not getting anywhere. This case has been abnormal from the beginning. None of the evidence makes any sense.
At least that's something we can agree on.
But I know why now.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know because he asks questions. If he asks, he asks questions. He's asking questions that he shows that he doesn't know. He came to ask us about Arcadia Bay. He says he doesn't make any sense from the clues, and he says now I know what he doesn't know. He tries to threaten us and make us scared of him. What could he possibly know? That's what I get from this. I don't know if the game will help me navigate it. I say it again because I haven't played it, but what I can say from my perspective now as a mystic, as an ex-philosopher is this.
Somehow, all this death leads to you.
Exactly, yeah. He's messing with our head. He's trying to make us feel responsible so we spill out information. We shouldn't
That's
yield.
not true.
We shouldn't yield to this. No, I'm not scared of him. I'm not. Okay, it went okay. It went okay.
He saw it. He saw the photo. Stupid, Max. Stupid.
How did he see the
What
photo?
the hell do I do now?
He saw the photo, but did he see it was the photo?
None of this makes any sense. What happened that night? Why the fuck am I in this picture?
Gwen.
The old me would have just jumped back in time to the moment this photo was taken. Maybe I still could.
Yeah, yeah, like Gwen, Lucas, all the shit that is happening, like people being like that wasn't me, that shows that we have a false prophet in the narrative, and that false prophet is Safi. I don't know how, but I think she died and she wanted to leave chaos behind her. Okay, we have to focus again on the photo. I don't know what I have to do. Ah, okay, it was, I thought it was the buttons, it was actually the thumb grips. Okay. So we will see what happened that night.
So that's what it feels like to capture the perfect photo. Feels good. Final.
Sophie.
Okay. Hold on, it's very dark. We'll just remember to start software because my console wants to update.
It's here too.
Storm.
But
What the
there
fuck?
wasn't a storm the day Sophie died.
Maybe we are cursed. You,
Okay.
me, and Maya.
Who is Maya? How did we get here? How did we get here?
Sophie! How did we get here? What happened?
She's such a bad person.
Stop stalling, Max.
She's very manipulative. She's absolutely horrible, absolutely manipulative. She's a false prophet. I don't know, like her mannerisms, the way she's speaking, everything. She's Persis. She's absolutely Persis. What do you want? How do I stop it? No. What do you want? What do you want?
I don't understand. What do you want from me?
Pull the trigger.
What the fuck? What are we doing here? I don't understand.
What? No, that wasn't enough time. Come on. If I can just... Fuck! Moses, you were right. I don't know how, but you were. I have to tell him everything.
I don't understand the word. So Max shoot her, but Safi forced her to shoot her. That's not even killing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Okay. Max, office emergency, I need you. I owe you an explanation, or as much as of one as I have. Meet me at the Overlook. Really, Max? There? I know it doesn't make sense. I'll do my best, please. Fine, thank you. Okay.
Moses is waiting for me up there. Hopefully.
So we have Chloe. My go-to flirt game is simple. 1. Compare hand sizes. Hands are hot. 2. Hold hands. 3. Hand holding plus dancing equals grinding. Okay. I don't like what they did with Chloe. They did Chloe very dirty.
This is where the police tape was yesterday. Did the cops take it down on Alderman's order? He's not here. Yet. Let's give him a few minutes. Maybe wait on the bench.
New message from Yasmin. Maxine, I reached out to Detective Alderman this morning for an update. And he sounded very much addled. He said he spoke to you. What did you say to him? Please tell me you didn't say anything to jeopardize this case. Okay, let's reply. That's just who he is. He's under pressure. He's under pressure. I imagine he's under a lot of pressure right now. That's not really nearly enough. They say that the first 48 hours are critical and we're at 12 hours past that. I think the mother has something to do with Safi. I think her mother somehow is the killer. I don't know. That's where my instinct says that her mother figured out that Safi is like an archetype false prophet, and she tried to get rid of her daughter because of DRUGS issues. That's what I think. That's my best case scenario. Just take a snap.
I know Safi would have something poetic to say about this. If only.
Double exposure.
What if he doesn't come? I couldn't blame him. I killed his best friend.
No, we didn't see her killing her.
What
We
does
saw
that
her
say about me?
we saw the photograph and we saw Safi saying something pathetic. We didn't see Max shooting Safi. So maybe she did in the future, we will see, but that's not definite at the moment.
That any version of me, could do something like that? He's probably not coming.
Diamond knows where I am and who I'm meeting. So don't do anything stupid.
I deserved that.
You wanted to talk. So talk. Tell me the truth. Tell me why you did it.
I haven't done it yet.
I don't think I've actually done it yet. I think it was a future version of me. Moses, wait! I I asked you to come here so I could show you proof. Something is weird about this place. Look. These flowers. What are the odds they bloom in the middle of winter? Exactly in the shape of Sophie's body?
5 minutes and then I leave.
Okay. So, what if I told you there's this other timeline where Sophie is alive and I can travel between this timeline and that one?
4 minutes.
I know that it sounds insane. But I can show you. I'll hop from this timeline to the other. You'll see me, poof, disappear.
Yeah, to some magical fantasy world where you didn't kill Sophie, right?
It's not a fantasy world. It's connected to this one. If I try to, I can even see the other one from here.
Wait, you can see across them?
And here, too.
So if you disappear or whatever, and I do something while you're gone,
I can tell you what it was when I come back. And then you'll believe me?
it'd be a start.
Okay. Okay, deal. Alright. There's a chance Moses will believe me. First, I gotta hop over to the other timeline. I shouldn't leave yet. Now to see what Moses is up to on the other side. I shouldn't leave yet.
Hey Max, weird question, but did you also feel a chill run down your spine a minute ago? Because I swear someone just walked across my grave, which is crazy because I don't have a grave. Never mind, disregard, it's probably stress or something. You okay? This is freaky, you sure you're right? Yeah, it's weird, but not the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Okay. Yes, Mr. Moses. Oh, hang on, I'll join you. Yo, Max, shot in the dark here, but any chance you know what happened on my telescope? The very heavy, very expensive telescope I was almost done assembling. I stepped away for a few minutes, and when I came back, it was no longer close to being assembled. Carla, maybe? Faulty material? Carla, maybe. Let's say this. Carla pranking you again, maybe she saw an opening. I thought that, but even with the combined might of the science depth, I would have taken them an hour and charged. This is freaky. X-Files theme, moderate, sure it wasn't aliens.
Shit. I think Moses is too stunned to do anything. Let me jump back over to make sure I didn't break him. I shouldn't leave yet. I shouldn't leave yet. I shouldn't leave yet.
Max? Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I'm sorry if I upset you.
Upset me? Are you kidding? You did something physics says should be impossible. Is impossible.
So you believe me?
Yes. And no. You disappeared. Max, literally. I completely forgot to do anything.
Okay. Let's try it again.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Angel, psychic storm.
I do when you're away?
And then you said,
Machine Angel Psychic Storm.
Machine Angel Psychic Storm.
Um. Yep. That's what I did. Wow. I mean,
Yeah, near as I can tell, Safi's death is where the timelines split. I think her absence is the only difference between the two.
I guess that could be a big enough event to lead to...
You okay?
So Safi's alive over there, huh?
She is. And she's...
Don't say happy. Both know that would be a lie.
You're right.
When you see her again, can you give her something for me?
A bottle cap? How did you...
I picked it up off the ground outside the observatory. You give that to her, tell her stay safe, Max. Make her swear to it.
I will. What if she can? No, I will.
I will. Promise. But I think she's going to need our help.
What do you mean?
When I was a teenager, I could rewind time. Just raise my hand and undo everything that had just been done.
Okay.
And if I had a photo, I could go back even farther.
Wait. Could. Past tense?
It never worked how I'd hoped. Time travel couldn't fix everything. It never worked how I'd hoped.
I know it sounds like it must have been amazing. But Moses, the things I caused to happen, just having a power doesn't necessarily give you mastery over it.
One of many lessons gleaned from X-Men comics.
The point is, I stopped using it, and now it barely works.
Okay, but there's a photo of you from that night with a gun. You're saying that could be a future you? Even though you can't do that anymore?
This morning I tried rewinding into that photo. It felt like trying to flex an atrophied muscle. Nothing made sense. But I was there, in the past. Safi mentioned Maya, and oh God, the storm.
Max?
Look, there's a timeline where, for some reason, I shot Safi. This one. And there's a timeline where I didn't. I feel like, intentionally or not, these two worlds exist because of a decision I'm going to have to make.
Holy shit.
Moses, I've been here before. When I could rewind, it broke time. People got hurt. I can't let what happened in Arcadia Bay happen here too.
They are making like a parallel with the first gameplay for like a nostalgia, and that's crazy. Oh God.
Shit.
first look at the crime scene is inconclusive. I'll need some further insight into Miss Llewellyn Fayette's mental state. Not to call a shot prematurely, but if this isn't suicide, I'd put money on Mr. Moses Murphy, friend of the deceased, being the perp.
I don't understand what does he
I
mean.
need to introduce myself to Mr. Murphy.
He's talking like he hasn't already met you. Like he's...
Alderman from yesterday. An alderman that already happened. Max, this is really bad. Time isn't supposed to act this way. It appears something was removed from her person post-mortem. Maybe the camera her mother mentioned. We need to get the hell out of here. I fucking knew it.
Oh,
Returning to the scene of the crime? Amateur hour shit. How'd I let a couple of small-time fuck-ups like you get under my skin?
what do you want? You're not making sense. You're not making sense. Tell him.
You're not making any sense.
You want to talk about sense? Nothing about you makes sense. Telescopes don't put themselves together. Evidence doesn't disappear. You're going to pay for what you've done, Maxine Caulfield. And I'm here to collect.
The game has become very unhinged. Like that, nothing makes sense. Like they are, as if they are throwing clues in here and there that don't make sense, so that they fill gaps and make the story bigger. What the fuck? Anyways, we will continue being professionally as always. Oh my god, he's seeing his past self. What the fuck?
Help me! Help! Watch out!
I don't have any option. Save yourself, Alderman. No, help him, help him. I wouldn't never wanna save myself when somebody asks for my help. Save yourself, help him, help him.
You have to let go!
We couldn't save him. Oh my god.
I could have saved him, Moses. I could have saved him.
No, you couldn't have. Listen to me, Max. This place ate a man.
What the fuck? That game is unhinged. Like how beautiful the other stories were, and this story is crazy. It's unhinged. His hair is becoming white.
Moses, your hair.
There's always a cost.
It started with Safi. Maybe if we can figure out why she died, maybe we can prevent all of this.
That's what I've been trying to do. The whole day I've been talking to people and spying on them and taking their stuff.
Hey, Safi mentioned Maya, right? When you rewound?
Right. What do you think Maya has to do with all this?
No
Maya
idea. Maya was
suicide,
before my
okay.
time. But Gwen Hunter might know more than me. She was Safi's mentor during all that mess.
Gwen. Gotta go talk to Gwen.
Okay, we will talk with Gwen and then I will stop the recording. I don't like how they erased him forever because he was erased from existence essentially. Like he never existed. That doesn't align with how God creates people. God creates people for a purpose. He chose them before he planned creation. That is very demonic for me. Destroying a person like that.
I'm still shaking. Alderman was, and then he just wasn't. And Moses and I were standing so close. But I'm here now. I'm here. I'm alright.
I can see. I'm reading. Nobody liked how he died.
Okay, talk to Gwen, see what she knows about Maya, and while I'm at it, I'd like to know why she killed Safi's book deal.
Okay, speak. So this Gwen doesn't like us very much because of Loretta.
That Safi's book? Hey, Gwen.
Max. No conversations for you to conveniently overhear this time. Sorry to disappoint.
Actually, I need to talk to you about Safi. No reason to beat around the bush. I know you got Safi's book deal canceled.
Shit.
What I don't understand is why.
You really have a knack for learning shit you're not supposed to know, you know that?
So I've been told.
Well then. No use fighting the inevitable. What do you want to know?
Why do this to Safi? How did you convince the publisher? Why did you do this to Safi? How did you convince the publisher? How did you convince the publisher is a better question because it's not so direct.
So, what did you tell the publisher that made them nix the deal?
I told them there was incendiary content in the book.
Incendiary. I don't know this word. Incendiary meaning. Εμπριστικός. A person who starts fires, conflict. Okay.
Which was true. It would have harmed a lot of people. Safi included.
Okay. Why do this to Safi? What was so incendiary? Yeah.
Safi's book was incendiary? How? What was it about?
You really don't have an off switch, do you? How much did Safi tell you about Maya Okada?
Gwen's bringing up Maya? Time to pay attention.
Only Anil. Safi never mentioned her. Let's be truthful. Let's play with her, not play with her. Let's be truthful to her so that she will help us convince her Safi never mentioned her.
Maya Okada? Safi never mentioned the name.
She always did keep her cards close to her chest, didn't she?
Oh.
The two of them were like the creepy twins in The Shining.
Oh, fuck.
You never saw one without the other.
Okay, they were friends.
And that Vin Lang kid used to follow the two of them around like a lost puppy.
Fuck.
Then Maya took her own life.
So they were friends and he was obsessed with them and she killed herself. Okay.
And that's what Safi wrote about in her book?
Maya's death and everything around it. Her anger at her mom for even thinking of Caledon when she'd just lost a soulmate. Ultimately, I realized it wasn't worth putting Yasmin and Safi through all that again. I made a call. I don't know if it was the right one, but it's one I made.
Sounds like Yasmin can tell me more about Maya. I'll have to be tactful.
Something goes X with something goes X with Safi and Dr. Fayyad, her mother. I think her mother killed her. She found out that her daughter is a false prophet narrative, and in the narrative, and mother, let's say that mother is the beast. She tried to kill her daughter. That's what I think. That it all comes back to them, I think. Last thing, Safi's manuscript. Why do this to Safi? Ask her why do this to Safi. Let's see what she has to say at this point.
That book meant the world to Safi. You had to know that losing it would break her heart.
Of course I did. I busted my ass to help Safi get that deal in the first place. Introduced her to my agent, my publisher, lobbied for her. I don't regret it. That book was good.
This keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Something goes X with the mother. You could have done the same to me. Like, I'm waiting for you. You are like going around and around in the desert like the Hebrews with your stupidity about me and my life before I had any contact with your relationship. Instead of coming with me and help me publish my book, like I thought you wanted to work with me, then why aren't you helping me with Jezebel? You know I need help with all that. So my father says many times that you wanted me to achieve my dream, so why don't you help me? You already destroyed my degree. Don't you think you owe me one then? My career as an author. Like, Gwen helped this piece of shit Safi publish her book and you don't help me. Am I a piece of shit like Safi? You put the deal then killed it. Let's ask her. That's not... Yeah, ask her.
Let me get this straight.
I
You
would...
helped Safi.
I wouldn't do that in real life, but the game is giving me the option, so it's not really important, I suppose, in the game. So let's ask her and learn.
Safi get the deal, and then you killed it?
If it had to be done, it made sense for me to do it. You know, I brought you into this world, etc.
She is pushed by Mama Fayyad. Last thing, Masavi's manuscript.
One last thing. Is that Safi's manuscript?
Oh, part of it, why?
Can I read it?
No. That's where I draw the line. I don't trust you not to dig up old graves.
Okay, we have to take it another
Jesus. I've spilled too much already. Let's call this conversation over. Huh?
Shit. Now I'm even more convinced there's something important in that manuscript.
way. Okay.
How do I get my hands on a copy?
here.
A black rose? Pretty morose. One of Sophie's former students, I guess.
Dr. Hunter, first and foremost, my condolences. I know you and Safi were close. You don't know me. There is no reason you would. I know it would be inappropriate to come to you with this, but I frankly don't know what else to do. Before her death, Safi was helping me. I know as a member of the LGBT community yourself. Okay. We don't have anything more.
It takes me ages to comment on one student photo. I can't imagine having to grade exams.
What the fuck? It's stuck. What the fuck? It's stuck. Okay. Let's update the console. Okay, let's update the console. Hold on a second. Okay, I fixed it. There was a bug, I suppose. I updated my console and everything's okay now.
If I'm lucky, maybe this Gwen left Sophie's manuscript behind. Gotcha.
Okay, all the daughters we don't talk about, Safi Fayyad.
Reading Sophie's manuscript after all this feels like, I don't know, being hit by a tidal wave.
A million miles beneath my feet, she lies still in her Sunday clothes. We killed her with our own hands, I mean our lack of hands. I killed her with my voice, I mean my lack of voice. Maya's book was like a child of a tumor or a rising beast within her. On the first page she wrote that she was drowning, and by the time she finished, she was drowned. How pretentious, I hate Safi. Laws of physics, the drowned always surface. What isn't spoken still exists. You can't chop her up and sell her for parts, but her ghost remains whole, floating there in the corner of my kitchen, giving me that familiar look, the one that says, unstitch the binding, let the pages fall out, fluttering like birds shot down, the one that says take him for everything he's got and then some. She's Aris of Velarde archetype. She's pretentious and she says I will expose the truth, but she only cares about herself. That's what I read. All I read.
Whatever happened with Maya was explosive. Let's see what Yasmin has to say about her.
Okay, Dr. Hunter, this morning I attempted to call student resources, asking them why your classes for the rest of the semester have been cancelled. I was told in no uncertain terms that it was none of my business. Then I tried calling to the president. She didn't even pick up the phone. Then I woke up to Mr. Reyes, the custodian, and he told me he will witness you being removed by security and that you've been suspended under suspicions of selling drugs to students. I won't insult you by asking if you're guilty. I just wish you the best and tell you that you're the best teacher I ever had. My student visa only lasts for another semester, but if there is anything I can do, or if on some off chance you're ever in Bangkok, look me up. Tan Somkai. Dr. Hunter, this is bullshit, you rock, I'm drunk. Happy birthday, apologies for the stationery, it was the only thing within reach. I believe I speak for all of us when I say that this is unacceptable and that you can count on our support at the hearing next week. If you're looking for a lawyer, I can recommend a decent one. We're going to fight this Gwen, we'll go to the paper if we have to. Caleron, lead department. You will be avenged. Okay.
hope somebody is coming in to water you guys. Preferably someone who doesn't have to break in through an alternate dimension. Tossing Gwen out screwed everybody over.
Can we get this handed off to a TA? Sorry for the additional workload, Livia.
Will Gwen be allowed to come back for these? So they took her computer. Probably going through it right now.
Please. No more questions, Max. Would you mind closing it behind you, Max?
Okay.
Audrey? I'm worried about Kim.
So am I. None of my attempts to reach out have yielded.
So I will leave the game here. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you can, and I'm not really wasting your precious time, like a video, like a post. That's really disgusting what you are doing. It's disgusting. Like you are watching me. You're already, I feel like I am violated, and you see how easily I take it and how much actually I love you and I care for you in all things. And instead of being grateful, you are being an ass with me, and that's not really nice, is it? That's not really nice. You are still treating me like you are my teacher, and you're not my teacher. You aren't anything to me at the moment. I'm trying to connect you as a friend and as something more of a friend, and instead of being there for me.
Yasmin liked to get coffee here in the afternoon. Before Sophie died.
You're being an ass. You have to be responsible for the first moment for the first time in your life. You have to be responsible and give some love. I'm always telling you, give me some love. Give me love. Why aren't you so? You are giving me love in your head. You are not giving me in real life. You have mixed up reality with fiction, and that's crazy. I am talking with the spirits and I should be the one doing it. You are the one who is doing it. That's crazy. You have to give me love eventually. You can't do that. Anyways, I'm leaving.
Yasmin's gotta be around here somewhere.
Love you, Zaya. See you tomorrow. Bye.